Welcome to Next Level Greatness, the podcast. Around here, we'll be talking about all things expansion, going from good to great and from great to greatness. I'm your host, Barbie Collab. Get ready for your next level. Let's do this. Welcome to Next Level Greatness, the podcast. I want to talk about money today and the timeline that we often set on ourselves when we have goals. I know that I've been talking about masculine and feminine energy, and masculine energy is being goal-oriented, being driven, linear, and feminine energy is more fluid, fun, playful. It's the opposite of being goal-oriented. So when we have a desire to manifest something into our lives, we tend to grip what the desire is. So I'm going to be really, really honest with you and talk about my online course offerings and the business, how it's going, and what my ultimate goals are. So one thing I realized very recently was that I still don't want to be judged. I don't want people to think that I'm being greedy or that I'm not a kind person, that if I talk about money and my money goals, that people are going to think like, oh, she only cares about the money. Because the truth is, I still do have that thought that that's what people are going to think. And I think that's old stuff that just needs to be let go, because we live in a world of opportunity and the world has changed. We see this. And what I'm so happy about, that it's not just a tiny amount of people that are talking about how there's a new paradigm. So the old paradigm, let's go back a little bit. The old paradigm, meaning before the pandemic, really was the 9 to 5. You go to college, you do the 9 to 5 thing, you quote unquote have security. The quotes are around security, but security is not really secure. But what about before that? What was the paradigm before that? So let's go back a few centuries. We know that we had the agricultural revolution. So people were farmers. And then after that came the industrial revolution, and people started moving away from the farm and into the cities. Then came the digital revolution or the information revolution. And we've been here for quite a while. But since the pandemic, I think the pandemic really set things in motion where people were like, I don't want to go back to a regular 9 to 5. I don't want to hustle like crazy. I know that I can use my gifts, my ideas to earn a living and to make a beautiful living. So the truth is that the opportunity for wealth is greater now than it ever has been before. And if that is true, and you have ideas and you have an entrepreneurial mind, why not embrace it? I'm not saying that you should do this or you should do that. No, I'm saying you don't need to apologize for it. I don't need to apologize for wanting to make a living in this way and for wanting my clients to make a living in this way. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am declaring that I'm releasing the shame, I'm releasing the guilt, I'm releasing the worry around what people are going to think because I want to make money. And when I release that, what happens is that gives other people permission to do the same. And to me, that sounds like beautiful music and harmony to my ears. What is my intention with my online course offerings? Am I doing this because I simply want to do it and I want to make an impact? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm doing this because it makes my soul sing. I love to be creative. I love to share. I love to see people have breakthroughs. But what is the nature of a business? You have a business because you do want to generate income. So I'm not going to hide that. I think I hid that in the beginning when I was just beginning as a Beachbody coach and I started making good income. It's like, I only want to help people. In the beginning, that was true. I rejected this idea that I could make money. And I actually would give people my login information so that they would get my discount. Like, I was really uncomfortable with selling. It's been 15 years since I've been in the online space in business, and I don't do that anymore. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to apologize. The nature of business, the purpose of business is for you to generate an income, for me to generate an income. Now, we have a choice. We can generate an income doing something that we absolutely hate. And you know what? The world does not need more people like that. We have so many people that hate what they're doing and that hate their lives. And hate is such a strong word, but I think it's accurate. So many people that are so unhappy with their lives, doing jobs that they detest. Wouldn't it be so amazing and beautiful to live in a world where people are doing what they actually want and they're getting beautifully compensated for it? Imagine how much happier people would be. Imagine how much happier, if this is you, how much happier you would be. So if I have a choice of making an income, I'd rather be handsomely paid, I think that's how you say it, than not paid. And I am okay with that. And I want you to be great with this idea that the purpose of a business is for you to generate income. And if you can generate a lot and you're actually providing a service to the world and you're doing it in a way that is full of integrity or with integrity, that is clean, hats off to you. This is really the first year that I began running my online courses of Money Magnet. Last year, I ran 2 different versions of an online course, which is more around like mastery of lifestyle. It was right after the pandemic or like in the middle of the pandemic. How do you get centered? How do you find your joy? And it was called Life 2.0 Now Academy. And even though I put in the work, I didn't really have clarity around the actual product, but the experience that the students had was beautiful. And I'll always be grateful to my students in that class. I mean, it was just a beautiful experience. And I truly believe that I made an impact. I think the first round, I made less than $2,000 for 6 weeks. And the second round, I believe I made about $2,800. Right? So the effort was probably even more back then, a year ago, because I had never run online courses, even though I have a lot of teaching experience and I'm an ex-professor and I've been teaching pretty much since I was, 23 years old. Yeah. And I would always do trainings through big events, through my network marketing business. I still do these trainings, but I had never officially launched an online course platform. So I made roughly $4,000, more or less, probably less. And this year, and I feel really vulnerable sharing this with you. So this year, 2022, my goal, I'm doing air quotes, my goal is to make 6 figures in the first year. Now, a goal, remember, is masculine. A goal is firm. But to be honest, I don't really have that as a goal. It's more like an intention. I would like to make 6 figures this year with my Money Magnet / coaching offers. But if it doesn't happen come December 31st and I have not made that amount, will I be sad? No. Why? Because I know that it's coming. I know that the income is coming as a byproduct of the services that I put out into the world. So to date, I have made about $30,000. And what are we? September? It's towards the end of September. And there's a part of me that wants to say, I've only made $30,000 because I'm used to seeing people celebrate big numbers. And I want to celebrate big numbers. But how do you get there? How do you get to those big numbers? It doesn't happen in one day. Sometimes actually, maybe there are people out there that launch their first thing and then they automatically are millionaires with that business. And I say that, I know that it's about 29,000 something dollars, okay? I know the exact figure, but I'm not logged in right now to the account. But to me, like even within myself right now, I know that $29,000 doesn't sound like a giant number that I jumping up and down for. But if I see the larger context, what's the rush? Manifesting is about desire. Manifesting is about joy. Manifesting is about ease. Manifesting is about trusting and believing and knowing. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. And knowing that what you want is coming to you. I have whole body chills right now. And I absolutely know that if I keep doing what I'm doing in great energy, I'm not killing myself for it. I'm not constantly like counting numbers and in full on masculine energy. No, of course I have masculine energy. I sit my butt down every week to do my podcast. That is masculine energy. I create the modules for my courses. That is masculine energy. I do have plans. I am driven. I am ambitious, but I'm also feminine. I'm also leaning back. I'm also knowing that it's going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. I really am trusting and I know that it will happen. And I love that because you know what that does? Leaning back brings back the joy. And so here I am publicly celebrating that year to date, 2022, I've made about $29,000. And I want you to remember this because there will come a time, I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be at the end of this year. I don't know if it'll be at the end of next year or the year after that. And it really doesn't matter that I'll say, could you believe we are a $1 million company? We are a multi-million-dollar company. Like I have no doubt in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, anywhere that that's going to happen. I just don't know when it's going to happen, and I'm okay with that. Can you be okay with having a desire, knowing that you want to manifest something into your life? You want to call something into your life, and can you be okay with not knowing exactly how it's supposed to happen? Because really that's when the magic happened. Just like how when I met my husband, I didn't know that I was going to have a miraculous kind of transformation with Tony Robbins at one of his events, and that boom, I would feel feminine all of a sudden. And then my husband would see me and say, oh, feminine. I had no idea. I was open to the magic. And so I'm being open to the magic of how this is going to work out. And can you be open to the magic and just trust that what you're doing is going to work out the way that it's supposed to? And sometimes, I'll say one more thing, sometimes you have to grow, actually you always have to grow into the person that would be able to lead. So if what you want to do is be a business leader or to have a business, can you handle all of that? Are you able? What would you do if all of a sudden you had 500 clients? So that's something that I realized this week, that if my desire had come true beyond my possible expectations and I had 500 students, I would not have been prepared. And so I need to have some more systems in place. I need to prepare myself a little bit more so that when the day comes that I have 500 students, I'm ready for it. My nervous system is not going to feel like it got hijacked. I'm not going to be stressed out. And so really knowing and understanding that I got exactly what I was prepared for makes me feel so grateful. I've learned so much in the past few weeks, and I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more learning. I've become in the past few weeks, I feel like more empathetic, more compassionate, a better leader, and I'm so excited. I'm really, truly so full of gratitude. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Remember to hold your dreams beautifully and gently, like a little puppy, right? Seem like, I don't know, like a rabbit or like a little precious creature, and know that it's going to grow, it's going to happen, and everything's going to happen on its timeline. Don't grip it, because when you grip things, we destroy them. We don't want to grip so tightly. With that said, remember, you can always, if you haven't yet, join me in your Empowered Life community over on Facebook. And if your heart is loving on me, I would love for you to leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast. Have an amazing day. I really love this platform. I love connecting with you. Bye. Did you love that episode or what? Make sure to leave me a review and let's connect over on Facebook in your Empowered Life community. I'll see you next time.